miking up a guitar cabinet is not always an option,
Mm.
especially in an apartment. I feel you there.
Hmm.
What's your experience, Gabe, with using impulse response and guitar amp modeling plugins?
Mm. Yeah, I employ them. I use them. Um, there's some pretty good ones out there. Um, Nothing beats the real thing, but there are a couple that I go to quite a bit, and I've mentioned many times in mix reviews that I'm a big fan of the Plugin Alliance uh, bundles, and in there there's uh, an Ampeg B15 model and an SVT bass modeling amp sim thing that I use for both guitars and basses. Um, and those are my kind of go-tos. Though I've used the Fuchs modeling that BX has, that Brainworks has. They also have a few other amps that they model. Um, I'm kind of not maybe the best person to talk to about this because I have so many guitars and amps, and I like to use them, so I don't rely on them that much. But where they come up a lot is in non-guitar applications. So I'm a big fan of doing things like running drum kits through guitar amp simulators to try to crush them up and get them to make some cool tone stuff happen in mixes. Or snare drums are uh, big one. The bass the bass stuff sounds really, really good. I think what's cool about them is that you can try out a lot of different amps on your instrument and see what you like. And then after a while, if you want to buy one, you kind of know what you're getting, which is cool. Now, when I say nothing beats the real thing, it's because you can play with acoustics, and that can really change the way an amp performs in a way that plugins can't. But yeah, I think we're kind of in this golden age right now of possibilities. What software can do with amplifiers is pretty neat. I remember when I started, getting into this stuff. It was like the Line 6 Pod was like the worst sounding thing in the world, but it modeled like 8 or 9 different amplifiers, and it was just like this kidney bean red shaped thing. And now those things are like sought after. Like people like them as like a classic throwback kind of thing, which is ironic. Um, so I think the quality is good enough, but there's also enough esoteric weirdness out there that the junky stuff still has a place too, which is kind of an interesting place to be. I've always been of the opinion that if someone doesn't like your guitar tone because of the amp simulator you're using, it might not be the guitar tone that's the problem. Um, but knowing how to get different sounds out of different amps, I think it's a great way to learn those sorts of things. And I think they're a great teaching tool.